The only show that doesn't get fined for spitting on the golf course. My name is Vinnie
And I'm Danny Fry.
And we're going back
and forth. Three of the 5 University of California athletic teams can rejoice today as campus officials announced that women's gymnastics, women's lacrosse, and men's rugby will be reinstated as varsity sports. Chancellor Robert Bergeneau partially reversed his September decision to cut the 5 teams in order to save $4 million annually. Both Cal baseball and men's gymnastics are the 2 teams left by the wayside and will be demoted to varsity club status at the end of the academic year. So I'll ask you, Vinny, if you're the average Cal fan, would you be happy with the 3 teams being reinstated, or are you not satisfied until all 5 teams reclaim varsity status?
I really wish that they could have kept all 5 sports, but realistically with budget cuts they couldn't have. So if they were going to cut anything, it was going to be baseball and men's gymnastics. But I mean, one question that we have to ask ourselves is, what do you think? Can they bring back Cal baseball?
Well, you know, Doug Nickel, who headed the Save Cal sports program, he was a former Major League pitcher, pitched here at Cal. He said that they're not done. They're 3/5 of the way there, and they want to go the extra mile. They want to get all 5 sports reinstated, so they're going to continue to raise money. According to campus officials, they only got about $1.5 to $2.5 million for Cal baseball. That's really the one sport that everyone kind of wants back. And do you feel like they have a chance of getting it back?
You know, I think it all depends on what they do with Evans Diamond. You know, that is a pristine spot on campus. It's a beautiful piece of scenery. And if they can keep that, hopefully by 2012, 2013, we can get that team back, because what's better than watching a baseball game on a spring afternoon on a porch in Haas Pavilion? In an electric Super Bowl matchup featuring 2 perennial juggernauts, the Green Bay Packers, led by former stud Cal quarterback Aaron Rodgers, defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers 31-25. After the game, Aaron Rodgers said regarding the Packers' chances of a future Super Bowl victory, "Let's get another one." So my question to you, Danny, is how do you feel about the Packers' chances for a future dynasty?
Anytime we're talking about Aaron Rodgers, you got to start discussing a dynasty. He's just that good. He's got that good of an arm, and I really think the Packers could do it. But keep in mind, this is the NFL, and it's hard to win 2 championships in a row. And to be a dynasty, you got to win 3.
Let's be real, Danny. Aaron Rodgers puts the team on his back, and with the weapons that he has, he's more loaded than Wyatt Earp and Doc Halladay walking into the OK Corral. They've got some serious weapons, and not to mention Ted Thompson has done an excellent job. This Super Bowl, they had 18 out of their 22 starters drafted and homegrown. That is impeccable drafting, and something that means they've got a great organization, unlike our local Bay Area sports franchises.
And you know what? Aaron Rodgers was 24 for 39 for 304 yards and 3 touchdowns. And he had a couple of receivers drop wide open passes, so it would have been even more. He was a Super Bowl MVP by a wide margin. And you're right, any team with Aaron Rodgers could be looking at a dynasty. California's basketball team returns to Haas Pavilion this Thursday after dropping 2 straight games to the Washington schools this past weekend. At 13-12 overall and 6-7 in the Pac-10, they have a very slim chance of making it to the NCAA tournament. So I guess the real question is, Vinny, do you think Cal would benefit more from getting to the NCAA tournament or possibly winning a couple games here in the NIT?
I'm going NIT tournament all the way. In 1999, when the Cal men's basketball team won the NIT title, there was pandemonium in Berkeley. People were going crazy. We can have that experience back here in Berkeley again, and I think that, why not? Let's do it.
Yeah, and you know, you talk about the experience the team can gain. You got 2 juniors in Harper Camp and Jorge Gutierrez, only 1 senior on this team. They're going to be back next year. Going to the NIT tournament will be much more advantageous than going one and done in the NCAA.
Certainly, and let's not forget player development. Let's get Bach a little post-up game, and not to mention Brandon Smith maybe can get some jump shots in. It's good practice for the team and something that we can build upon.
Yeah, no doubt. Brandon Smith hitting jump shots, I can see that in the next 2 years.
Certainly.
Certainly.
And let's not forget the leadership of Captain Kirk and Spock, a.k.a. Harper Camp and Jorge Gutierrez. Let's do this. Let's get a win. Let's get an NIT championship.
Hip, hip, Jorge. That's all the time we have here on Back and Forth. I'm Danny Fry.
I'm Vinnie Butera. Remember, Bear fans, the bear will not quit, the bear will not die.
And when in doubt, put the team on your back and always wear the belt.